From beauty tips to fashion tips, if you're a Joburg fashionista, then we don't need to tell you that this last weekend was SA Fashion Week, making Rosebank the epicenter of all things fashion. Joining us in studio this morning, our fashion director, Alexis Chaffe Mey, is here to tell us all about it. I missed it, oh no!
Oh, we missed you there.
Tell me what went down.
Well, let's start with my favorite show, my personal favorite. I know I'm not supposed to have a favorite, but I do. Black by Black Coffee.
Oh, wow.
So Black Coffee launched the diffusion line Black, which is a more ready-to-wear kind of spin on their quite high fashion brand. Really, this was just such a beautiful collection, a lot of detail, it was very conceptual, a lot of shape, and beautiful, as you can see, incredible prints. And it went from digital screen prints to hand-painted stockings. I mean, just this for me is just local fashion at its finest. Just really so much attention to the detail. And it may not be a collection for everybody, but definitely you have to marvel at it, that it is an incredible runway presentation.
Fantastic.
And then, of course, everybody wants to know what Johanson has been up to. So his latest line now is, I think it was a bit of a blend between your ready-to-wear and then your red carpet pieces. So there was lots and lots of embellishment, and then there were quite plain pieces, which I think is good. It's great to have that rhythm in a collection. And you'll see that this print here, this collection was inspired by HIV/AIDS. So this polka dot print is actually a graphic design rendering of the virus under the microscope.
Are you serious?
Which I thought was a very interesting take on it. And again, it brings our attention back to HIV/AIDS. With everything that's happening in the world, I think we've kind of forgotten about that plight.
People have stopped talking,
but it is still beautiful, which I think is also an important message.
Very nice.
And then we saw Cape Town designer Catherine Danon also showed up in Joburg, which is exciting. This is a very high-end luxury collection. I mean, you can see there's a lot of texture. So there was faux fur, there was snake print, there was sequins, there was a lot of beaded embellishment on the pants and the jackets, almost encrusted with beads. And this is, I mean, really quite an exciting thing. A lot of black, as you see. But I think it's important to have, you know, luxury design, you know, at a fashion week, because it kind of does create that rhythm.
I know, and it's got a little bit of everything that we've seen on the international catwalks.
Yes, no, absolutely. It could have been in New York, it could have been Paris. Very global collection.
Take my breath away with this one.
This is just sublime and ethereal from Johanson van Vuren. As you know, he has a signature of using a dyeing silks. It's almost like a tie-dye feel. So this season we saw this collection, and it was a bit of a surprise, but I mean a beautiful surprise. Incredible tailoring, beautiful assortment of fabrics. Again, really high-end, really luxury, which is beautiful to see in our local young designers. Anne-Marie Honeyball as well, who spent the past few seasons really defining her style and proving that you don't have to be mainstream to create beautiful clothes.
I love that.
And she's one of the designers that doesn't consciously follow trend. When you speak to her, she says, oh no, I don't follow trends at all. But when you look at her collection, she's very much on point with what we see globally. So she really has tapped into that global consciousness.
Oh, very edgy, this one.
So this is another emerging designer called Air. They always work in black. It's a design duo, two girls. And I think that working in black is actually quite difficult because you really have to pay attention to your textures and your details. And this season, they really went for exaggerated details. You see these exaggerated knitwear pieces, really exaggerated details, and the styling absolutely superb as well. Lots of pleating, faux leather, really sexy silhouettes.
So gorgeous.
Ilan as well, another young designer, really has... I love that he works between sheers and leathers, that opaque with the translucent. Very sexy, very beautiful. And these prints are actually prints of his own that he put onto the fabrics.
Are you serious?
And this is exciting to see our local designers, especially the new designers, kind of pushing the boundary on fabrics. Because that's what we really need, is some new fabrics in the industry. Now, every fashion week has a new design kind of talent search, and Wake actually won their category. They've used, as you can see, it's actually responsibly sourced hide to give it like a really African feel, but I feel that it's still a very modern collection.
I think so.
You know, it's quite contemporary. I think it's got that also that global appeal, and again, it is just styled magnificently, which is very important because a lot of new designers fall down on that. And speaking of styling, incredible handbags this season. Across the board, some beautiful custom-made bags that really finished off the collection. but we cannot forget the men.
Of course not. No, never.
And SA Fashion Week this year, they really, they pulled out all the stops and they had the final night dedicated just to menswear. Wow. They launched their menswear competition to kind of highlight the new talent that's up and coming, and this is just a little selection of it. Really amazing, and these are the established designers. Wow. It was great to see that, you know, people are pushing the boundaries. You know, menswear is not just, you know, contrived and regular. Yeah. Really, they're looking at different fabrics, they're looking at different fits, they're looking at different patterns, really unique touches. And I think this is important for men in South Africa to start introducing designer pieces into their wardrobes.
Oh, Alexis, I must tell you, I don't know about you, and I'm sure you feel the same way. I'm so excited to see what our South Africans designers are doing, and they're right up there with the rest of the international talent.
Such a progression. It's really happening quickly now.
Oh, my heart, I am so happy. Thank you so much for joining us, Alexis. Katlego, did you see that guy in the middle? I thought it was you.